I think a really interesting one. There's a lot to discuss, and so I'm looking forward to it. For others to join, we will be kicking off at our usual time, 5 minutes past the hour. Yeah, and again, I'm looking forward to this one. Mike, how are you?
Hey, Plane, how's it going? All is well. How are things?
Great, not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Fantastic.
Good. How are we? How are we in the YouTube front?
The YouTube front, we are live on YouTube as well. So this is great. Yeah, I think a lot of people are waiting. So this is great today.
Great. So yes, let's continue to wait for others to join. We will be kicking off in a couple of minutes, literally 2 minutes. Again, thanks everyone for joining.
We are just waiting for a few more minutes before we get started. So yeah, looking forward to this today. I think it's going to be very interesting. I think things are changing, and yeah, looking forward to hear you guys as well. You can definitely join the Twitter Spaces. I can leave the link as well. I think I might be able to leave the link so that you guys can join actually on Twitter as well.
So for those who just joined, we will be kicking off in about a minute. That's 5 minutes past the hour. And again, thanks for joining. Okay, let's kick off. We have a lot to discuss within the next hour and a half. So yes, let's kick off. So I think the order of the day would be, as usual, we'll just go through the TitanX stats, and we'll be referring to the TitanX website for these stats. After that, we will of course hand over to our builders, who will provide an update as to where things are with their various protocols and of course the plans for the future. And so for our builders, and I see James is in the house. Our builders who are present, we will really appreciate your input. We also have a new protocol, I think called the Aviator, and we will allow some time for the founder of this new protocol to give us a brief review of what he is building and how that can contribute to the entire ecosystem. And of course, there will be the opportunity to ask questions. As we always do, we will ask questions, and we do expect participation, and hopefully, we can then take things from there. And let's see how the day goes. But I'm looking forward to a very exciting session today. Okay, on that note, let me quickly go to, again, as mentioned, the TitanX stats page. And I am looking at the liquid TitanX. And by liquid, I mean TitanX in circulation. In terms of percentage terms, we have 33% of all TitanX minted so far, or minted and claimed so far, is liquid. In numbers, it's 53 trillion, just over 53 trillion tokens. I believe last week it was, so we had it at 48. We had it at 48 trillion on day 281, and it progressively went on to, I think, 52. It's now sitting at 53 trillion. Long and short of it, we can definitely see that progression of or increase in tokens that are liquid. Just moving on to the buy and burn, we've got 39.62% of all TitanX tokens that have been minted and claimed so far have been burnt, and that means they're not coming back, into circulation, which is good. That's a huge chunk of tokens. In terms of numbers, if you look at the buy and burn amount, it's 63.7 trillion TitanX tokens. So long and short of it, I think we've got a very active buy and burn function that is doing its job. Again, it's the same narrative. It's narrative tied to the facts that we can witness here. And overall, the ecosystem looks really good. So I really want to now move on to what we witnessed last week. And this really is a dry run. I truly believe that, of what is to come. It's a warm-up. Because how else can you explain the fact that the over the last 2 weeks, the first week being the 280 week, when the entire market was down, but the Titan ecosystem really showed quite a lot of strength, and I think all its major protocols, if not every single one, was really in green. And that was the 280 week. Last week, TitanX, the TitanX ecosystem continued to surprise everyone. It showed a lot of strength, and what I saw and what we witnessed with, say, I think DragonX and baby DragonX, for instance, was simply phenomenal. You look at Helios. Helios is waking up, and that one is a sleeper. That one is one that will surprise a lot, everyone. I truly believe that. And of course, you then take a look at what Blaze is doing. Inferno is really, it's growing, and for some reason, really, I really do think we probably have another baby DragonX type, event waiting for us in the future with respect to Inferno. Not financial advice, but you take a look at that, the way it's designed, 90% of you look at what's in the buy and burn pool currently. I believe it's nearly 300 USD worth of TitanX. In effect, all that the protocol receives in terms of TitanX, 90% of that goes to buy and burn. And the bigger that pool is, you could simply kind of guess what will happen if, of course, properly deployed. And of course, I know that Ali and the team definitely they have quite a bit in the pipeline for us. So long and short of it, the entire ecosystem is really strong. It seems as if it's a parallel universe where the rest of crypto is just really doing something else, and the TitanX ecosystem is doing its own thing. So, for instance, Ethereum, we're pretty much part of the broader Ethereum ecosystem. And we know that at our base currency level, that is TitanX, is paired with ETH. Now, ETH has been going down over the last 2 weeks. But what you really have seen within the TitanX ecosystem is quite the opposite. It's really going, the opposite direction to ETH, and that means it's going north, and ETH is going south. Now, can you imagine what will happen once ETH reverses and starts showing strength that we all expect, or when we get into the bull market proper and we have a true deflationary environment with respect to TitanX? It is really, we have a lot to look forward to. And there's so many plays within our ecosystem here that, I think we all should be paying attention, really. So that's a summary of the week. I think we can't overlook what Eric has done in terms of outreach and make, the interviews he's done since the interview he did with Mike, that marathon 4-hour live stream. He's done, a few more interviews, really, really good interviews. And so I'd say it's really looking good. And I think we all should just continue to think about what we can do to continue to support this space. But on that note, I think I want to pause now. I think, yes, I've had sort of 10 minutes opening. I want to hand over to Mike, and then, of course, James. We've got Dude, Ali will give us their summaries. Thank you. And I'll pause for now. Mike, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Plan A. Thank you guys for all being here today. I think, we're all doing great today. I'm doing great today, and I'm really hoping that, there's definitely more projects coming in. I just got some news like a few hours ago about a new project which is going to be coming out. So there is a lot of things happening also in the background. And myself also, I'm very busy with obviously the TitanX Hub website. I think probably I'm just going to start with that. Actually, I have pinned up a tweet which I tweeted out a few days ago. There was an update on the portfolio page of TitanX Hub. So the biggest update is that the hyperdata is now visible. So you can see your miners, stakes, and all the payouts. And for TitanX, this you can see the similar data. Before the previous version, you were able to see the miners and the payouts. That was already possible, but now the stakes have been added as well. And another thing which has changed somewhat is I have for Hyper a particular section with the tab, so you can change between your miners, stakes, and payouts. So all in all, I think the feedback I got was very positive. I think people really like this, and I think one of the things which it's already fixed, by the way, is for hyperdata, there was an issue whereby if you early ended your miner, it was still showing as active, and that has been fixed as well. So they do show as ended on the tab ended, and also there's a tag of early ended. So that is something. So that's something regarding the portfolio page on TitanX Hub. And so if you're listening in and you haven't tried it out yet, I encourage you to definitely visit titanxhub.com/portfolio, or just titanxhub.com. On the top right on the menu, just click on portfolio. You can just enter your address, and then you'll be able to see all your coins on Ethereum and Pull Chain, and obviously the miners, all the data for TitanX and Hyper. the idea or the vision for the portfolio page is to actually show all the build on TitanX projects. I mean, the ones which have like things like miners and stuff like that. So that's something I would look into. So I'm working currently to get probably the Helios stuff in. It is a bit more different, so that's why it takes me a bit longer. And also, obviously, what I want as well is to add in the liquidity pool side of things. Anyway, I think enough regarding the portfolio page. I mentioned early on that I got I got news a few hours ago about a very interesting project. I was talking to Bad Sports, and that's from the Blaze team. I'm not sure he will be in today, but I am probably I'm not sure. I don't see him yet on the list here, but I think he has something cooking. So definitely interesting from what he had told me. But I'll keep you guys updated, and if anything, I'll be adding it in the upcoming days. As soon as I receive the information, I will be adding it in the TitanX Hub website. And probably one other thing which was also interesting this week, I tweeted this out as well. I'm going to pin the tweet right now as well. And that was regarding a community member who actually, his seed phrase or secret phrase got compromised. And he had essentially 10K worth of miners, which were ending. And he DM'd me, and we figured out a plan how I could have helped, how I helped him. So probably to just give you a bit context, what has happened was he lost his secret phrase essentially. Like I think he might have entered it in some website somewhere. So obviously this is something, I guess this should be a lesson for you guys listening in, that like you should never ever enter your secret phrase in any website or whatsoever. Anyhow, things happen, that's how things are. So essentially, as soon as he lost his secret phrase, the hacker, or essentially they had also a sweeper bot on his address, but essentially the hacker, they stole every liquid token on his address, so they were gone instantly essentially. But on top of that, they had a sweeper bot on his address. And maybe if you don't know what a sweeper bot is essentially, it's just it's like it's a bot, it's a code, and essentially as soon as you send an ETH or to that address, or anything essentially to that address, it gets swept away straight away. I mean, that's why the name sweeper bot. So essentially anything hitting that address again just gets sent out straight away to the hacker's address, obviously. So so the miners were ending. So obviously one of the things was as soon as they're claimable, maybe, I don't know, obviously the idea was like maybe the hacker will somewhat do that something as well, because the issue is, as I said earlier, the sweeper bot is, as soon as you unlock them, I mean, it was not even possible to even unlock or to claim those miners, because you need ETH to claim it. But as soon as you send ETH to that address, that ETH gets stripped away straight away. So it wasn't even possible for that. So anyway, I made another bot, basically like in the recovery bot. It gets a bit too technical now, but anyhow, I essentially we were able to claim the miners, and it was sent to the community member's address. And essentially, like we recovered the 10K. So I was very happy about that, and also tweeted that out. So I mean, essentially, like if somebody out there having those kinds of issues, just DM me, and then we can look into that and see if possible. I mean, a lot of this stuff is actually not possible to recover, but it was just possible because those miners were still running, were still active. So that's the only way I was able to even recover that. But nevertheless, I think it was quite, we were both happy about that, obviously for me as well. I mean, it's like, imagine you just able to save that. It's quite something. So I thought it was pretty nice. I was happy, and I mean, he was happy too as well. So I mean, I got a bit of that stash as well, so I was happy about that as well. But anyhow, I mean, I think the main point here is like, guys, stay safe. Your secret phrase should never be digital. I believe, right? I mean, it's either written somewhere on a paper or something, and never take a picture of it, never upload it somewhere on your phone or anything really. It should just exist in the real world on a paper or on a metal plate, essentially. And then, I mean, some people have a dedicated laptop just for crypto. That's also something I would recommend for sure. I mean, also a hardware wallet would have helped as well, because it's much harder. I mean, I'm not so sure if a hardware wallet would have helped for his thing, because he entered the secret phrase on a website. So I guess, well, that wouldn't have helped either. But anyway, probably just also use combination of both could have also worked. Dedicated laptop and then hardware wallet. The bottom line is never ever put a secret phrase anywhere else than your hardware wallet, or perhaps maybe your crypto only wallet. So I mean, I think that's pretty much it. And yeah, probably, I mean, the last thing probably I would also like to mention, there are some DMs I'm getting so regarding the premium TitanX Hub. So what is the premium TitanX Hub? Essentially, probably you could be asking yourself. Yes, this is essentially what I thought was like, this is like the vision is like, this is the go-to spot for all the analytics for all of the build of TitanX projects. And obviously it comes with a fee, but you will unlock like deep dives of all the projects essentially of TitanX, build on TitanX projects. But obviously for now it's the data for TitanX, Hyper, and also DragonX. I'm adding more and more into it. And yeah, so there's definitely going to be some more data coming in and some of other projects. So this is an ongoing basis, improving it day by day. And some of the things which get improved there, some of it potentially could be going to the public website, for instance. Some of that will be going there as well, but obviously this is somewhat the biggest updates are going to be coming first there, or the biggest analytics per se, they're going to be coming out there first, and then and then they're going to be made like public, some of them obviously. So anyhow, I think I've been rambling way too long. Hopefully that helped you out to get some more information, and I'll give it to James.
Hey, thanks, Mike. It is, I mean, it's really good. The way you tell the stories and the way that you're always helping people, it's really an amazing thing. You've got the technical chops to do that, and people rely on you. It's very, very good. So, baby DragonX. We have, like the Phoenix, we have risen from the ashes. It was really exciting to see. I am so glad that we listened to what Eric and the DragonX devs said, about how to set things up and the exotic pairs with DragonX. And I didn't know how powerful that was going to be until, just like Plan A said, Eric was doing the rounds of the streams, and it was just amazing how things just really, really took off. And then baby DragonX obviously did start to move up. But what really started to make it move was people were doing buys. Like they were coming in and buying $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 at a time. It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. And there's a lot of holders now. We have gone up from under 100 probably 10, 15 days ago to just 198. So we're just about to the 200 mark, which is 3x what we started with. We probably minted 55 to 65 when we finished our 14-day fair launch. So on to the future. Forget the past. Who cares about the past? So the future is, we just had our DAO vote to use either some, all, or none of our grant wallet. And, back a couple weeks ago, let's just call it 3 weeks ago, the grant wallet was all of about, $3,000. Not too much in there. You can't really do anything with that. Maybe you buy 1 ETH and you wait. So what happened was, after we got to the higher market cap, that really crept up. It was $110,000 at one point, that's a lot of money when you're building protocols, like kind of less sophisticated protocols. So we the vote was overwhelming to use all of the 3.68 billion baby DragonX, which it'll probably be anywhere between 50 to 58,000 after we have sold. We've actually done the single-sided liquidity stuff, which is a lot of admin, but we don't mind to do it. And we've already had our first meeting, our VC over Telegram on the weekend. There was a lot of ideas in there. One of our community members has put a lot of those in there, but then there's been a lot of discussion. I dropped an idea in there about another meme coin, and we are not just building another project. Because we've got a nice amount of funds, we'd like to activate as much of this as possible well before day 369. So building a project, everyone knows it takes time, but what we could do, what we could do to actually amplify things is we could be a part investor in a protocol, right? We can set up 6 liquidity pools, maybe they're maybe a couple $1,000s each, and get the fees off of those, have a revenue stream. Those things can be done ASAP and moved around pretty quickly. So it's all about sustainability. It's all about creating a revenue stream for baby DragonX holders, burning down the supply, and I can't wait to basically have the next project decided on. We've got some really, really interesting ideas, and we're not going to do anything too complicated. We'll let the big brains do the complicated stuff. Baby DragonX is a cute little dragon, and meme coins, maybe a little staking, maybe some other some NFT action in there. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to build great value for the holders. That 77X that we did was nice. Maybe day 369, we had a 1 in front of it. Who knows? So thanks, everyone. We appreciate all the support. The Baby DragonX Telegram has really started to be on fire. People coming in there, a lot of energy, sometimes a little too much energy. We jump on a stream and we can't stop talking about Baby DragonX. So, it's interesting. When people get excited, they just can't help themselves. Anyways, I want to thank everyone for the time, and come on in, check out Baby DragonX. If you haven't picked up your couple $100 in a bag, this might be the time. We're just at a 1.6 million. The high was 3.6, and we've been hovering around the 1.6, 1.9 for a while, about a week. So check it out, do your own research, and thanks again. Dude, I think you're up.
Hey, thanks. And yeah, congrats on the double leverage play for the win. TitanX, DragonX, all supporting Baby DragonX. That's awesome. And then thank you, Mike Dean, for the TitanX Hub. Right now, I'm looking at the portfolio page, and I have pasted the Helios Treasury wallet address into there. And now I can get real-time stats on exactly what the Helios Treasury is looking to claim in the future. And currently we've got, for day 369, we're looking at $204,000 in ETH that's going to be paid out to us. And 70% of that is going to buying and burning Helios. And again, the only way to buy Helios is through TitanX. That's the key element to, I think, all of TitanX is the bonded liquidity plays. And we've all seen green candles across the board. It's working fantastic. So yeah, 70% of whatever we get is gonna go buy TitanX. And then from there, buy Helios. It's such a great leverage play. I love it. And then as well, that's a portion that's going to go to our stakers, and then another portion going towards our investment pool to where we can help continue to diversify our treasuries, which is the key element of what Helios is doing. So I'm working on not 1 but 2 projects currently. I'm looking at having 2 different dev teams so that we're not splitting resources and not delaying anything. But I'm happy to say that this next project that we've got coming is going to put all of the ecosystem tokens into our treasury. And that's, to me, that's the first step of what Helios's vision was from the beginning, is to be a diversified portfolio that's always working towards the community's goal, of which primarily is buying and burning Helios. Our TitanX treasury is working beautifully. And also, FYI, I'm looking at our miner estimates right now. Currently, a max miner on Helios is estimating 137% ROI. Obviously that's an estimate, do your own research. But just wanted to point out that starting miners, that's what's feeding our TitanX treasury. So if you're in the community and you're looking at compounding your miners into more miners, you can kind of keep the variable in mind that when you're doing that, you're increasing our treasury, which is going to increase the amount of ETH that we get in our payouts from the treasury forever. Like that TitanX is locked in there forever. So if you're bullish on TitanX, regardless of the amount of activity Helios gets, we are always going to be getting ETH into our pockets that's going towards buying and burning Helios. It's a beautiful thing. So yeah, this new project, putting DragonX and Baby DragonX and Blaze and Inferno, all these projects, and putting all those tokens into our treasury, that's really going to help, I feel like, bolster the whole system. And there's so many things that we can do with those things. Like with Blaze, becoming a diamond hand, part of the diamond club, that would be, oh my gosh, my cat. That would be so amazing. Anyways, I'm starting to ramble now myself. Keep an eye out on our socials. I think we'll be able to release some more information on what we're trying to do over the next week or two. I'm looking at jumping on the stream with Eric tomorrow. I've got a couple of more streams lined up over the next couple of weeks. And just one more thing, like, it's even for myself, it's easy for me to be bullish on, like Helios, because I know my intentions. I know I'm building more. But also what makes me even more bullish is that, like, I'm getting DMs from other builders. I'm seeing on the socials that every single one of these builders on TitanX, they're not done building. Like, every single one of them is adding more value to their own project, which is just creating more and more use case for TitanX, that with the bonded liquidity helps everybody. It's such a beautiful sight to see. I'm just super giddy with where we're at, and it's so early. I'm just kind of speechless, I guess. This is onwards and upwards. Yeah, thanks for having me, and I'll be around for any questions if anybody's got any. Thanks.
Ali, your turn.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, loud and clear.
Happy days, yeah. What can you say? Congratulations, everyone. Congratulations, Mike Dean, on getting that guy's money back. Congratulations, James, on finally seeing some absolutely insane pumpage. Yeah, everybody in the ecosystem is buzzing. The builders are really ramping it up as well. All the teams are all talking about building more, and there's going to be a lot of exciting stuff. The Blaze team's no different. We've got a few protocols in the works. Hopefully in the next week or so we'll be able to come out with some information for the community of what we've really got cooking. Just playing everything all the cards close to our chest for a week or two. But yes, Blaze is blazing and the Inferno is heating up. The Inferno just kicked off big time yesterday. We pulled in 700 billion TitanX yesterday, which kind of surprised the whole team. It was kind of trickling down a little bit. We didn't have we had no less belief in the project, in the meme itself. But even with all the hype last week, I think we only brought in a couple of 100 billion in the previous mint cycle. So to see it soar back up to 700 billion minted yesterday was really good for the team. And the protocol itself, it's the meme coin, it is a really, really strong meme. I believe it is. And we've got a lot of really strong marketing intentions with it. But yeah, the buy and burn balance after that money coming in, the buy and burn balance hit almost $400,000 worth of TitanX yesterday. I think for every 30 minutes for the last 24 hours, it's been burning about $1,000 of TitanX being used to buy and burn the Inferno token over the last 24 hours. So that ban burn is absolutely insane, just eating away at supply. It had previously more than half the supply to what we had, but obviously with yesterday's massive participation, the total tokens, the total circulating tokens increased a lot. So at the minute, it's about 1 trillion Inferno tokens are on the market. 4 mint cycles left. I mean, there was times yesterday that the mint was showing about a 30% premium on TitanX. So yeah, just really successful. Inferno's really looking, the Verse did a stream about it during the week. I'd like to actually maybe get the Verse on our stream or go on his stream to just do a little bit more of a deep dive into some of the more intricate details of the protocol, the way the buy and burn works, and just how much of it can actually get burnt off. We increased from 180 holders to about 260 as well. So people finally starting to see. Did see a tweet that somebody put up during the week of what is the most underrated protocol in the TitanX ecosystem. And I didn't comment, but I firmly believed at that time it was Inferno, and maybe people are starting to see that as well. So yeah, thanks to everybody that participated yesterday. We've got another 4 mint cycles over the next 4 weeks. That buy and burn slows down a little bit tomorrow. It's actually just 3 o'clock today. It's back down to a 4% of about half the total in the buy and burn for the next 24 hours. So it'll see a bit of a cool off for the next few days. So yeah, again, thanks to everybody that participated yesterday. Just with Blaze as well. Blaze had another flawless week. The auctions closed out to market value pretty much every day. There was one, I think yesterday might have been the only day there was a bit of a premium through the auctions, where anybody that participated in the auctions might have got a nice little 30% profit, 30% bonus, because I think many people were, looking at other things within the ecosystem at that time yesterday morning. But yeah, it's had another flawless week. The 88-day payout pool is maybe just over 30 days away, and with ETH at the current price, it's got over 150k in there to pay out to stakers on day 88. So yeah, Blaze ecosystem is doing fantastic. TitanX and as a whole is doing absolutely fantastic. And yeah, just want to say thanks again to everybody, and congratulations again. Let's keep on working hard and keep on building, keep on marketing and pulling more people into this awesome ecosystem. Thank you very much for letting me speak again, guys.
By the way, just one thing regarding Inferno. I had a different price feed, and I made some few people instant millionaires.
I see that. I was a billionaire this morning too. We should be able to hold you accountable and claim our money.
Yeah, the issue was I entered the wrong pair address, so I was looking for the Blaze prize, not the Inferno prize. That was the issue.
I should have realized that was the Blaze price. But yeah, I think I had a few billion worth of Inferno tokens this morning, as I think many of the community did.
Yeah. So yeah. So sorry for the bad news then.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, there was people straight into the Inferno chat this morning saying that they'd become billionaires overnight.
Yeah. All right.
Great. Thank you. Thanks, Ali, and thanks, Mike. And thanks to every one of our speakers. By the way, Aviator, I've sent you an invite. AviatorX, please accept the invite. And of course, we're looking forward to your summary of your proposed project. In the meantime, give a shout out to Mo and the Verse, both of whom are, of course, here. And if you have anything to say, or if you have any contributions whilst we wait for AviatorX to come up, the Verse, Mo, please feel free.
I'm good. I mean, I think everybody said everything that needs to be said. We've all seen what's been happening. I did a couple streams. Yeah, I love you guys. This is awesome. Let's fucking go.
Excellent. The verse?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I just want to double check. Sometimes my Wi-Fi is all sketchy. But yeah, man. Hey, just want to pop in real quick. Tell everybody congratulations. Guys, please do me a favor. When you get a chance, please help Plan A support this man. Doing great work with the live streams, connecting people, and when you connect people, great ideas come about. Now, I just want to make this real quick, and then I'll let you guys get all the rest of the space. So I want to say that I'll probably do a round robin and bring on a bunch of projects on live streams just one more time, get an update, dive into it. So I'll reach out to all the project teams and see if you're interested. And yeah, we dive into the other thing. One other thing I want to tell you guys is I've been doing a lot of networking with guys on the base, Blast, all these other blockchains, just talking to people, shaking hands, and building connections and relationships. And there's a lot of people interested from Pulse Chain, Base, Blast. I'm getting crazy amounts of DMs and people hitting me up. So the reason why I bring this up is I'm thinking a little further ahead in time. We got X28, we got interoperability for TitanX. So there's a good chance that not only will we build a great developer group on top of TitanX, we'll start getting into other
The verse. I mean,
too much about this, but I'm speculating that there's going to be
the verse you're breaking up a bit. I think we're getting pretty much, I'll say, about 80% of what you're saying, and we're getting the gist of it, but we're losing quite a bit. And I think you're saying some really important stuff there. Can you try again? I mean, can you just go over just what you mentioned? Yeah. Otherwise, I'll just propose what we could do. We can just, yeah, we can go ahead. AviatorX is here. I think what we could do is after AviatorX, we will open up. We'll hear from the verse again, no doubt. And we're opening up. We'll open up the floor, and I'll really encourage any question. Feel free. Let us discuss. What you any concerns, any insights would really be appreciated. So let's say next 5 minutes. Let's give the verse. We'll give the floor to AviatorX and let him give us a good summary of the project that he's proposing. When he finishes, then of course you could step in and finish off your what you were sharing with us, and then of course we open up for questions. That's pretty much the summary of it. AviatorX, over to you.
Hey guys, I'm Doc. I'm the founder of AviatorX, and in chat here we also have Chaos, who's the other member of the team. We've both been software developers we both have about 6 years experience, and we are both currently blockchain devs, and we have both been in the crypto space since about 2017. And around the end of last year, we both heard of TitanX, and we dove down into the fundamentals. And we thought it was an absolutely brilliant project, and we got involved quite early. And that's when I had the idea of trying to bring some kind of game to the AviatorX system, to the TitanX ecosystem. And so I had the idea at the end of last year, and up until now, there's no real gaming or DeFi in the TitanX ecosystem. You don't have micro lending yet, you don't have insurance, loans, any of that yet. So we took it upon ourselves. We woke up one morning and decided, we are blockchain devs. Why not? Why not contribute to the ecosystem? And so we're trying to be as transparent as possible, trying to do everything the correct way, getting the audits done, which is currently in progress for those who are following us on our Telegram and our Twitter account. And so let me just give you guys a quick rundown of the game. I'm fairly certain everyone is familiar with the Aviator game. And we are essentially using those mechanics to mint our token, AviatorX. And we had a bit of issues. We consulted with a few guys in our tokenomics and all of that. And what we initially wanted to do was set up a liquidity pool. So all our funds that we keep in reserves are verifiable by anyone, except that there are limitations to liquidity pools at this point. And we couldn't do the one-to-one ratio through a liquidity pool. Now what we're doing is our smart contract will facilitate the one-to-one swap. And AviatorX will only be minted once TitanX is deposited into our ecosystem. This is all verifiable on chain, and we're for the community by the community. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. We are both blockchain devs, so if you guys have some questions, yeah, please let us know.
I've got a quick question. Can you go a little more into detail on like why we would want to mint AviatorX with TitanX? Like, how does that interact with your game or and then like what happens with the TitanX that gets locked in the smart contract?
Okay, so great question. So initially, a user would deposit TitanX into our ecosystem. 5% gets burnt. 5% of the TitanX gets burnt immediately. 5% gets sent to Genesis, and the remaining 90% gets transferred to the in-game wallet, which the user can then use to mint AviatorX. And if you know how the Aviator works, you can 1x to 1000x your mint size. And this is essentially a play on TitanX to increase your TitanX holdings.
Great. Doc, I think, yeah, that pretty much is the substance of it. And I think we'll need a bit more to better understand it. Can you tell us whether you have a white paper available? And if so, are you able to share it?
Yeah, so our white paper is finished. We just want to gain slightly a bit more traction before we do release it. And it's also pending our final audit, because depending on how things go with the audits, we might have to change one or two things. So we don't want to tell the community, hey guys, we're doing this. Meanwhile, it's actually not feasible to do that. So yeah, it will most likely be released within the next week, and everything will make sense.
Great. Okay, so we definitely we're looking forward to more information, and of course this space is always available for you to give us a lot more. But you've given us definitely an indication as to your direction of travel, and I think probably for now that's probably good enough. In the meantime, I think if you could share the Telegram link for AviatorX in a chat, and that would help gain the traction that you've just mentioned. But yeah, again, thank you. Thanks a lot. Still, you could please stay. We would of course open up for more questions. In the meantime, let's go back to Verse. The Verse you were sharing with us before. Of course, you had to exit and come back in. So over to you.
Hey, man, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, yeah. Feel free to let me know if I start glitching on the matrix again. So, well, yeah, man. I think the main point I'm trying to say is we got X28 right around the corner, and with this interoperability, it's going to expand to builders and different ecosystems. And I'm getting a lot of questions from people about what's going on here. So I just want to first of all say all you guys are doing a great job. I reach out to all development teams and see if you guys want to come on live stream and chop it up one more time, just do a round robin. And yeah, no, just overall excited to see what's being built and excited for the future. And also, please do me a favor, check out the Mo live streams. He's doing a killer job diving into stuff, and really humble and nice guy. So please show support for the Mo. So that's all I got, guys, and appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Diverse. Thank you so much. You're right. The Mo live streams and have been really good. You could definitely feel the energy through these streams, and we're definitely looking forward to more of these, more of Mo, giving us his unique insights into TitanX and into the wider ecosystem. Folks, the floor is open. Please, let us know if you have any questions, and we'll bring you up. So in the meantime, I will ask AviatorX just to confirm, what time frame do you have in mind with respect to your project? What from sort of launch? What time frame do you have in mind to have this, really, to bring it to market?
I mean, ideally, we want to launch before the end of the month. It just depends on the feedback we get from the guys auditing our smart contracts. And if there's no critical issues with our next submission, which we're hopefully doing today, I mean, we're so far on track to launch by the end of the month.
Okay, so end of month, that's in 2 weeks. We have some other projects that are aiming to launch sort of around the same time. So first week of September is one that I think Eric has mentioned, and I think his and Jake's project is. I wouldn't go into the detail at this stage because we're focusing on your bit, but yeah, I think it will be good, given that we have quite a few projects that are looking at launching. It may be a good idea for us to sequence it in such a way that we're not having these projects clash with each other, or if you like, we just want to have seamless process and get the maximum effect from each launch. I think I will suggest, by the way, I think that's really a tight time frame, given that you don't have a settled white paper yet, and you haven't gained that traction within the community there hasn't been sufficient time for you to explain what the project is and get the buy-in. So I would probably, and I'll suggest to think about delaying your launch until you gain that traction and you get the buy-in of the community. That's for maximum effect, and that's what I'll suggest. And typically, what you have here with the projects that you've heard earlier, or the founders you've heard from earlier, all had a live stream with Mike Dean, who is, of course, our co-host. And that process provides a level of scrutiny that helps with the trust building exercise. And typically this would happen before lunch. So it probably is something to take into account so that you make the most of it. So that would be pretty much a comment on my side. And
Sure,
of course,
just one thing from my side is for the level of uncertainty, we do have quite a great video on our page depicting exactly what we're doing, step by step, how it all works. So for those that are a bit uncertain and it wasn't clear what I was describing, please go take a look at the video. It does explain exactly what we're trying to do. And I'll chat to the team and I'll chat to Mike as well. That might be great. It's a great thing to do before launch.
Yeah, and by the way, do you have a website yet? Is that something that is available, or would you be looking at releasing one within the next few days so that people could go in, log on and read, and as well, if they choose to?
No, so we're pretty much just going to be the gaming platform. You log in with your wallet, you do the transfer, and you play the game. We try to keep things as simple as possible. That's kind of our approach to crypto, is keep things simple. The more simple it is, the less things can go wrong. And engage with us. We're more than happy to answer the questions, but I do think the white paper will answer all questions.
Great. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Doc. Everyone, the floor is open. Please feel free to, to come up and ask any question that you may have. And we've got our, our builders here who have all indicated that there are other projects in the pipeline. And if you're not excited about this, particularly what we've witnessed over the last two weeks, then I think it's probably not yet clear to those of us who may very well not have it probably isn't clear where TitanX is going. That's if, of course, we're not excited about what's happening here. We're getting several projects built. Even the memes on TitanX are not really meme coins in the typical way that you find them within the crypto space. The meme coins you have within the TitanX ecosystem have a function. They contribute to the burning of the underlying protocol, or if you like, as we normally say, the base currency here, and that's TitanX. And so even memes on the TitanX protocol or within the TitanX ecosystem have a function. And so we've seen exactly what baby DragonX did last week. Inferno is another meme in inverted commas, but if you look at these two protocols, they really do have a function. And that is where you actually then look and see, okay, there's sustainability here. There's a function here that is tied to these so-called, these meme coins. And they could probably be like we had with baby DragonX, the fastest, within the ecosystem. Again, that's not financial advice, but it's good to look at the ecosystem as a whole and see how it's functioning. I must say, there are other protocols within the pipeline like Ouroboros, and the latest, it seems, is that they're more or less done. And Ouroboros, for those of us who are not aware, is a lending platform with a stable coin. And it's not just on TitanX. It will be open to the major protocols on the TitanX platform. So we really do have something special coming here. And I think this really takes us back to the TitanX fair crypto principles. I really have to touch upon this because if you look, the protocol that the Ouroboros team is building is more complicated than similar projects on other sort of chains. So take, for instance, a particular lending platform that launched on Pulse Chain. They raised over 50 million USD, and of course worth of tokens. And I'm going to have to choose my words carefully here. It's been a very disappointing performance all around. And why do we say this? Because this, of course, ties into the principles that we started off with. People really do get hurt here when when projects then have these ICOs or sacrifice exercises, collect funds, take these funds, they and pretty much dump a bunch of worthless tokens on a community. In effect, there's no community here. The word community is used in order to lure people in, take funds away from them, and the incentives are completely misaligned. And I think I'm just trying to keep this, just really trying to keep this as clean as I can. But the principles of TitanX here, which are built on no ICO, no IDO, no IEOs, no pre-allocation of tokens of any kind, is something that we really have to, we look at it and we really have to understand the weight of it. You look at our builders, they're funding each of these projects that we're talking about here. Each of these projects are being funded out of pocket. We're talking about the Ouroboros team that is building something more complicated than the protocol we just talked about that's on Pulse Chain that raised over 50 million USD worth of tokens. And the Ouroboros team is building this out of pocket. They haven't collected a penny from the community, and neither has any of the protocols that we've heard speak today. And so this is something really special with our builders, and we must continue to show the appreciation that they do deserve. And we've got to really take this message forward, because we're not only building here to see green candles, and of course that is exciting, and to see the success that seems to be emerging in the community and the atmosphere that goes with it. But the bigger picture here is pretty much a change in the paradigm that we have within the entire ecosystem, the entire crypto ecosystem. And so we, really, I must say again to our builders, they build, incentives are really well aligned. These are now guys who are going to be looking over their shoulders for the rest of their lives. They built, they get paid. If the protocol succeeds, they get paid. And the transparency and the disclosure levels within this ecosystem is unmatched. So this really, if you're tired of these so-called rug pulls or the theft, literally the theft of community funds, this is a model that works, and I think we've shown that as a community. And to be honest with you, if you've been with us for all this while from the beginning, or if you joined in the middle and you've been part of this, you're part of this community, and you really should give yourself a pat on the back. You really are part of the revolution that we're part of. And I don't use that word lightly. You really can't tell me that, you look at TitanX, which has shown how to build a one-stop DeFi shop on a fair basis. You take a look at the pools across the ecosystem, Hyper, Blaze, Inferno. You look at Helios, and you look at TitanX itself, and and then you square that with the fact that not one penny was raised through any ICO or sacrifice. And you look at the success that this ecosystem is achieving. You can't see this and not question the bad behavior that has been pervasive in this space. And so I must say, thanks again to our builders, and let us encourage our builders. Let us encourage them. I think by participating in their protocols, the design of this entire ecosystem shows us exactly what is possible. So now this is me just going on. It probably is a rant, yes, but there's really a lot there that is meant. So please, feel free to come up and raise any questions that you may have. That is definitely something that we're definitely looking forward to. Yeah, Mike, can I hand over to you if you have anything to say?
Yeah.
You,
I think there
Helios,
was
Ali. Yeah.
I think there was a question on YouTube, and I think it was regarding the AviatorX. And I think she was just mentioning that I think he assumed that people know the Aviator game, but I don't know it either. And the person who was commenting don't know that game either. So probably that would have been better to explain it a little bit. At least, what is that game? Like, I haven't heard about it before as well. So maybe just a quick context about what the game is will be great.
Okay, sure. So the Aviator game is you initially select an amount that you are minting. So, for example, you can put down 10,000 or 10 million TitanX, and then a plane flies. And it starts at a 1x and it goes all the way up to 1,000x. And where you pull out is essentially your ROI on that mint. So, but if the plane crashes, you lose your funds. That's the basis of the Aviator game. And this is essentially, on our part, a play on TitanX. And this is for users to increase their holdings of TitanX. That's kind of our mentality and our approach behind gamifying the minting process.
Okay, but
But feel free to watch our video and it will make a lot more sense.
All right. So, I mean, so the question is like what you get at the end is your token, right?
Yes, correct. And then we facilitate a one-to-one swap back to TitanX.
Okay, so essentially what you win is TitanX then at the end, or how does that work?
So we do mint the AviatorX token, and there will be use cases for AviatorX tokens further down in the roadmap. But for now, users can do the one-to-one claim, get the TitanX back into their wallet, because further down in our roadmap, doing this on TitanX now is just the guinea pig. We want to test it, see how the community responds. If they respond well, we will do it on every other BOT protocol that is on TitanX. So yeah, this is our test run. We believe it will go really well. So far, the community response has been fantastic. We've had a lot of guys reach out to us, and most likely within the next week, for those that are on our Telegram group, we will be sending out closed beta test invites. For those that are interested, join the Telegram group, chat to us, engage with the community, and yeah, we'd love to have a couple of guys test our platform.
Okay. All right. Yeah, thanks. I think in Trevon is also saying the game is called Crash or something. Is that correct?
I think it could go under multiple different names, but I think the most famous one is Aviator.
Okay. All right. No worries. Yeah, so Trevon is saying if you Google the gambling game Crash, you will see how it works. Okay. That's something similar as well to that, I guess.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Great. Thanks, Mike, and thanks, Dak, again. Now, if there are no questions, I think I'll suggest we start wrapping up. If there are no further questions, that is, yeah. Oh, Ian, yeah, ERN, yeah.
Funny.
Over
Hey, I
to
just had
you.
a question.
Yes, of course.
I know several months ago you had mentioned that there was going to be a marketing push and there was I guess funds, or I'm not sure if you had funds or there was community funds, but I just wanted to pitch it that, we've been kind of been asked to do a plan of action to try to promote, share, etc. And a lot of guys have been doing that, which is great. There's a lot of us, 13,000 community members, we're all clicking like, share, watching videos, trying to get on streams for the ones that are able to, but there's probably 12,500 that, you know, been doing really good in TitanX, and we're probably in enough profits that it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a community marketing fund, hopefully organized by somebody trusted in the community, to try to put funds together to pay a somebody like Alcoin Daily to put a good video together on the value proposition of TitanX, the ecosystem, you know, etc., all the things that we feel are bullish. Just try to communicate that better, you know, into a larger audience, to try to get out there, into the bigger masses of crypto. So I just want to hear your thoughts. I know there was a marketing push. I might have missed that in the previous few weeks if there was any talks about that, but I just think that, you know, at some point we're going to need those big influencers that with, you know, 100,000 plus subscribers, maybe more, just to get on board, at least, you know, put some very organized together to get out there. And, you know, I just think that if you do that, you're going to, a lot of people are going to see the value, and that light bulb's going to go off in their heads. What something like TitanX can really do.
Excellent. ERN, you're absolutely right. I think the fact is this, that the model that we have within this ecosystem has shown exactly what you've stated. And if I may, just to state this, you look at the models where you have these ICOs and of course the allocation of tokens and sacrifices and so on. And what you see is a few people extract from the community all the value, and then they wonder why the project or the protocols don't go anywhere. And it's precisely because they've extracted all the value from the community. And in fact, they turn around and they tell the community, having extracted all the value that they can squeeze out of the community, they then tell the community to go and market the protocol. And it's just so upside down. So you're right. I think there is a lot about TitanX that, if properly put together, that the light bulb will go off with a lot of people to see, listen, there is something really special here. Now, as to your question, about marketing and the discussions we had earlier this year, you're absolutely right. First quarter this year, we brought in a marketing person, a professional marketing person. We had a VC with him and discussed marketing strategy, and so on. We decided to put that on the back burner at the time, first quarter of the year, because we thought it was a bit premature, and actually it was. I mean, I think even you did mention, listen, you know, don't waste any resources on this now. Let us wait at the right time. Timing is everything. That's what Chris was absolutely right. In terms of the funding, you're absolutely right. Again, yes. I was looking at doing that at the time. But what we're going to have to do going forward is definitely set up a structured way to finance this. And that may very well be, setting up a dedicated wallet, and people can contribute to that, and that could definitely be used as the resource for pushing our marketing. Now, in terms of timing, I think the optimal timing will really be somewhere fourth quarter or beginning of the year, first quarter of next year. And reason being, of course, we know from all the data, you look at Mike Dean's analytics, and you know the narrative here. We are expecting a hyperdeflation environment within that period. This would also coincide with the bull market really kicking in. We think that really will be an optimal time to start marketing this. And yes, we may very well have a millionaire list or a rich list of TitanX at the time, and these people may very well be prepared to, give it. So, crypto awesome. I don't know if you could put, yeah, thank you. So you probably will have a rich list, in the TitanX ecosystem by then, and they may very well be prepared to just, put something in into the hat, or throw something in the hat for us to use for marketing. But long and short of it, we're keeping an eye on this. I think we're heading in the right direction here. We've got about 1 month of a hyperinflationary period. That's next month left. Then we'll start moving into our deflationary period. It's all aligning. Long and short of it, we'll get to that. And ERN, you make some really good points, and the insights you provide really very helpful. And please do continue, doing this. It's really helpful. So long and short of it, fourth quarter and or first quarter next year, we will definitely kick off a proper structured and a professional marketing exercise. And going back to the point, TitanX isn't it? I mean, I keep saying I say this, but let me repeat it. Isn't it fascinating that an ecosystem that did not ask its community members for a penny in so-called sacrifice money, these euphemisms for theft, didn't ask for any funds in ICOs or IDOs? Isn't it fascinating that this is one of the most liquid ecosystems that you can have, that you have of its kind, that you have within the crypto space, or very least, you say even the new. This is a 9-month-old actually. This is about a 9-month-old, 10-month-old protocol. You look at protocols that you could put within the same category as TitanX, and compare. This is one of the most liquid you can find. And I think it is fascinating, isn't it, that this protocol did not ask its community members for a penny in sacrifice money. Now, that is, for me, and at the same time, we're able to find funds to get a structured, I'm talking about structured marketing, a professional marketing company that we provided a short list. We looked at a number of names, and it's still on the agenda. So we feel very strongly about this, and ERN, please, definitely know this, that the marketing thing is definitely something that is still on the agenda. And good. Yes, Masks, I see you have your hand up.
What's up, everybody? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Long time no see, everyone. What's up, Mo? What's up, dude? All the people, Dash, some of the people I know. Plan A. What's up, everybody? I've been out of the cut for a minute, and for good reason. I just want to let you guys know that I don't know if Eric's here or not, but I want to, basically call myself representing DragonX. We have a protocol coming out within the next couple of weeks. TitanX and DragonX are hip tied at the knee, but the hip. Just kind of want y'all to look over TitanX, and if you feel like you want to join, and in our protocol, it's up. We're all up. Shout out to Helios. You know what I'm saying? They're up. Basically, all the protocols up, even TitanX itself. And just know that some of the protocols that are tied to the hip or to the knee, like Helios, and place, they're going to continue to go up as TitanX goes up. So you'll get that compound value, and all the other protocols that are tied directly to it. And Plan A, you said something real specific that I wanted to kind of take a note on. And people can just take this as it is. Well, developers can take this as it is, or community members take this as it is. I just want to be honest with you. I do see a lot of protocols and people taking value out of our community. And that's something that we need to look closely at. And we got to figure out if we want to participate in those types of protocols. I'm just looking and seeing, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, this is here. Like, what are they doing? What's their main, what's their main prerogative? Is it to help out the community, or to help out their protocol? And then you have to ask yourself, is this protocol helping out the community? And in what way is it helping out the community? because that's where it all comes down to. It comes down to community. Because you can have great projects and great protocols, but if you don't have a community to like the culture, the community to be there to like support those things, then your protocol is just a really good protocol. And I see a lot of protocols with value. Don't get me wrong, but I'm also seeing like those protocols that are taken away from our community, and we've seen what protocols do when they take away from your community. We experienced those. We had some protocols that failed. You know what I'm saying? Some ones that weren't checked right, and no shade against all those the ones that was doing, all the people that continue to do it. But I would like to personally see, and I think the community would like to personally see, and me as a community member, protocols that benefit the community. I don't care how you maneuver it or how you put it in or how you shake it to, or what developer skills you do to do it, but it needs to benefit the community. And TitanX and everything attached to the hip to TitanX or the knee, all those protocols that are adding value to the community. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. And yeah, that's it. If anybody got any thoughts or questions about what I said, you can say it now. And I just wanted to speak my piece. And I want community members to know that all protocols aren't beneficial to TitanX. Because I see people throwing their money into things, and the thing is, I don't want you to throw your money into things unless it's beneficial to you, or you feel like it's beneficial to you. And if you have knowledge of that that's not benefiting, then that's on you. But if you don't have that knowledge, I want you to have that knowledge. That's it.
Great, thanks, Musk. Of course, I mean it's still on each of us to do our due diligence. This forum and environment allows us, of course, together as a collective, have our town hall and discuss issues. But I think our individual due diligence is definitely important. Desk, over to you.
Yeah. Good day, everybody. Morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Just to touch up on what Max just said. To me personally, and I want to thank everybody up in this panel and this place, man. It's not we're doing great. We have to, pat ourselves at the back. We are doing great. We survived a lot, and now a lot of eyes are on us. And we do know a lot of jealousy too. A lot of people are not happy with us because they thought we were gonna fail, but we didn't. So just know that a lot of people are not happy because you are here, because you made it so far. On the other hand, that's what Max said. To me, any protocol that is on TitanX and is not benefiting TitanX, I'll put it specifically that way. Mask said the ecosystem or the community. If the protocol is not benefiting TitanX in a greater way, I just don't participate. It's that simple. Those who want to participate, they can go ahead and participate. If that's just me, it doesn't mean everybody has to do the same, but it's just me. So we're all adults. We're here all because of TitanX, and things we have to do, we have to put TitanX first. So it has to benefit TitanX. If you want to drive the community to come to your project, it must benefit TitanX. If not, somebody like me, count me out 100%. Yeah, I didn't want to come up because Max raised that point, so I should come and make it, just chip it into it, because it's all up to us to participate. Yeah, but I don't.
Absolutely, and that's the point I was making. Like, the protocols are really like, oh, why am I not doing so well? Why am I not? Because it's more than just me and Des. Because I don't participate in protocols that don't benefit TitanX. Like, period. If it's not TitanX generated, where you can use TitanX to burn for it or to have a collaboration or like anything like that, where I can use TitanX, I don't participate in it. And when protocols realize they're not getting as much activity, that's why. Because a lot of people like me and Des and a couple other people believe like, okay, you're not benefiting TitanX directly, and we see that. We don't say anything about it, but we see that. And I'm just trying to speak to the developers. If you want your protocol to have more members, more success, more more attention out of the 15,000 people that we have. It needs to directly benefit TitanX first. And if you have that in mind, because you're like, oh, I might not make as much. Oh, if you're worried about all of that, then you're in it for the wrong reasons. Because like you said, something like Helios, something like DragonX and other protocols that attached it right to the hip. They say, okay, listen, we're floating with the ship, or we're going down with it. And you can see that they're benefiting from that. Those protocols are benefiting more from that are attached to the hip and attached to the leg and attached directly to TitanX, and they got more followers, more marketing opportunity. People are willing to shill it more because their TitanX that they've been holding for all 9 months, they have a use case for it. So that was my point. And so if you're a developer, keep TitanX first, just like Des said. And if you keep that first, the community will come along with it, no doubt about it, because they have to. That means they're sitting on their TitanX, and you might want to do that before Jake comes out with his new protocol, because by then TitanX is going to be so valuable that you're not going to have it. You're not going to have much participation because we're going to want to hold it because of the value of it going up. Just saying, later.
Thank you. Thanks, Mask. I think you're absolutely right, and I think it's good for us to just share with the community, just for particularly the benefit of those who are new, for them to know exactly what it is meant by protocols benefiting TitanX. I mean, I think if we look at it this way, that TitanX is a web of protocols that is designed to create a sustained hyperdeflationary environment for the base token or the underlying protocol, TitanX itself. Now, this can take the form of burning TitanX or burning a token that is built on TitanX, like Helios or DragonX, that in turn burns TitanX. So there is a whole structure to this, and that's pretty much as long as the protocol contributes to this primary objective that we have, and that is to push TitanX into this hyperdeflation environment. As long as these secondary projects contribute to that primary objective, yes, we could say that that it's benefiting the entire TitanX ecosystem. You also have the liquidity bonding that we've talked about here, and we can see how the entire ecosystem behaved over the last 2 weeks. Once you get this thing right, it benefits everybody. And so I think what desks and Musk have alluded to here and discussed is definitely very central to why we're here. Mo, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I just wanted to real quick, because we're getting late on time here. I just noticed that TitanX is almost a chain in and of itself, because I added up the volume on all of our TitanX protocols, or build on TitanX protocols, and the volume in the last 24 hours, which is a lot more suppressed than it was, say, a week ago. But the volume right now on the TitanX protocols is 1.3 million for the last 24 hours. Pulse Chain does 4.7 million right now in 24 hours. So we're not far behind the entire Pulse Chain in terms of volume. I think that's wild. I think that deserves a hell of a congratulations for everyone, and y'all need a pat on your back. So I just wanted to just interject a little bit of positivity in there. You guys are being awesome. 1.3 million. That's probably half of what it was, more than half of what it was a week ago. So nice job, everyone.
Thanks, Mo. Thanks a lot. Crypto Awesome, over to you.
Hey, everybody. So I had a thought on the marketing side of things. If we do have a trusted person that sets up a marketing wallet for TitanX in particular, well, I am personally working on a protocol as well, but what if we built, and obviously the community has to be okay with this during the protocol because it's going to be in the code, but what if a protocol had a certain percentage of the input type next going directly into this marketing wallet, not just burning, but it's also like, so, what if a big protocol had a big participation and there was a whatever designated percentage of the TitanX that goes directly from that protocol, not just burning or DragonX Vault or whatever, but also into this marketing wallet. So that was just a thought I had. What would the community think about a protocol that had that built in? I guess would be my question.
I think that's a great idea. I think somebody was mentioning it on YouTube right now on the chat. I think this can be an interesting idea for sure.
Sweet, cool. Well, I'm gonna keep processing that. I'll probably put that in my protocol and then see what you guys think about it. Sweet.
Yeah. All right.
Love you guys.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Can we get just a little bit more info on what your? Do you have any more info to release? I think I missed the Crypto Awesome launching something message.
I am being quiet about it right now. Actually, I wouldn't mind. I'm gonna DM you. I do want to talk to you, dude. But anyways, yeah. I'm being quiet about it. It's gonna come when it's ready. But I think it's gonna be called Awesome X. So that's all I'm gonna.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, you all right?
It's great. I think we now, yes, I think as Mo alluded to earlier, we sort of overrun now. There's a lot to discuss. I'll say we look forward to discussing these. We don't avoid topics here. We will definitely discuss everything that we need to over time. But for now, I think we need to start wrapping up. And let's go straight to our closing remarks. I'd say, Mike, and of course, Dude is here, and of course, Mo, if you have anything else to add, that'd be great. But let's start wrapping up now. Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, so I sorry. I guess like I don't have much to say. I was just like thank you for joining in every Sunday here. I think if I remember correctly, we haven't missed one since TitanX has launched so far. So I think that's great news. And thank you for joining in, and for the people who are also listening in from YouTube, thank you for being there. On your way out, don't forget to hit the like button, spank that like button, as I like to say. So yeah, and probably just another thing regarding the portfolio page on TitanXHub.com. If you have any feedback or so, just let me know. And if there's any coins they're missing, just let me know as well. I'm gonna be adding them as well. I mean, it's not like most of the coins are there, but there are some definitely missing. So let me know if there's any feedback or if something is not working correctly. Thank you for listening in, and talk to you next time. Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Just for real quick, James had to run. He's got an early morning flight, I believe, and it's super late over where he's at. So he just wanted to point out the amount of collaboration that's going on in this ecosystem is amazing, and builders are continuing to build, and it's just a beautiful sight. And I can second that. Like just the collaboration is amazing. Just talking with other builders and trying to include other people's protocols built on TitanX into their own protocol, like the commingling just really, in my opinion, just really sets off the entire ecosystem. So yeah, cheers. It was another great TitanX space with Plan A and Mike D. Y'all have a great day.
Thanks, dude. Thank you. The Mo, do you have any kind of?
I got nothing but love for you
final
guys.
remarks?
Have a great day. Plan A, thanks for hosting. Mike Dean, thanks for hosting. Love you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks.
I just have one more thing. What Domo was talking about regarding TitanX being its own L1, and I think that is an idea which I definitely share. I mean, I saw this from the beginning essentially, and it's even becoming more and more clear now. If we go with the X1 going multi-chain per se, so that's going to be extremely interesting, because then we can really essentially it's just like an L1, but without the overhead of creating the L1, because it's way more, or it's much harder, or much more resources you need to build like a whole chain, like, I mean, like Pulse chain or something like that, right? But this way, it's you're using the existing infrastructure of all of them without that overhead, essentially. So that's going to be interesting. And that number you were talking about the volume, I think this is something which I could also be. I'm going to create the landing page for TitanXhub.com. I'm going to redesign it a little bit in the upcoming weeks or month. And I'm going to be showing those kinds of stats as well, because that could be interesting for sure, because we can compare it to other L1s which are already existent, essentially. So that could be also like a marketing angle for us as well.
That's great. Thanks, Mike. I think Ali, of course, seems he's had to seems run, and I gotta just certainly give him a shout out. The Blaze team really doing really well. Blaze/Inferno team, as we've discussed earlier, they're really killing it. Okay, so just to mention, we're getting inching closer to day 369. I think we're about 10 weeks away, but that is a big milestone. Before then, we're expecting, of course, a few protocols to launch, as we all know. We got the X28. We got first week of September, that I think Mask alluded to as well, where I think you have the compounding protocol that's going to take the best of Hyper, best of DragonX, best of TitanX, and it's not going to have a staking function from what we understand. And a lot of the value is going to go back into the protocol and burn and create, create value. So we're looking forward to quite a bit. We also heard AviatorX. So AviatorX it seems to be quite close as well. So there is quite a bit in over the next few weeks that we really do need to keep an eye on. And I say, with all our builders, please, let's make sure that we get our audits right. Of course, there are no shortcuts at all. When it comes to TitanX, we want to make sure that there's a standard that we've established, and that we keep to the standards that we have become accustomed to, and there's really no other way about that. So good. I think on that note, I will have to say to everyone, thank you so much again for dialing in. That's really appreciated as ever, and we look forward to seeing you again next week, same time. Take care, everyone, and love you all. Take care.